So hello everybody, my name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from the top 8 of the Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, sorry, was thinking about Philadelphia, and the Phoenix System Open, much warmer than Philadelphia.
It's been a long day, I don't blame you.
And this round I'm joined by
Tim Dugan from Radio TCX in Minneapolis.
There you go. So super excited for this matchup. Two great players, two names that a lot of people know, and should be fun to see this going.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some very high-level X-Wing play here, I think, which I'll say, and then Carson will fly a ship off the board. But
right, exactly. So one of the things I was really surprised with this list, we had him on the stream yesterday, was the fact that, 9num is more expensive than Poe.
Yes, yeah, in Carson's listed, absolutely.
And it makes some really interesting targeting decisions when you're trying to play against. You're like, well, you're kind of trained. You're like, I got to kill Poe. But he's not really when it comes to points-wise, he's not the juiciest target.
No, absolutely. And I find that's actually a useful tool. People will chase after Poe because obviously you don't want to get to the late game and still have Poe up.
Yep.
The double action thing will crush you over time. But having Nian be more expensive if you do get to a late game, people kind of are unassuming about Nian. So they focus on Poe or Lulo if Lulo gets exposed. But Nian is really the all-star here.
So we'll see how it performs in this matchup. And then on the left, Phillip Booth, a Phoenix local, a Brobot legend.
Yes.
All right, running the squad that has been called the Squad of Legend. Okay, arguably one of the best Imperial lists in the early onset of 2nd edition. You got Redline with Advanced Sensors Proton Torpedo. You have Sunterfell with Predator, and this is where he changed it up a little bit. He took Whisper, but has Juke, Advanced Sensors, and Darth Vader. So the change here being that Advanced Sensors. I really like that play.
Yeah, it is, and what it does is, since he has a low-ish bid here, definitely beat out me and beat out Carson, is the Advanced Sensors kind of takes away some of the counterplay you have when you get first player on these matched initiatives. One of the things you can go for with Whisper is trying to block and deny actions. Well, with Advanced Sensors, you don't have that option.
Yep.
Whispers can do whatever he wants, doesn't matter where you go.
So I want to remind you guys that this round is brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code Phoenix19 for 15% off your $5 or more order. We're going to connect with our players here. As soon as they got their dials down, we actually can get going. Have permission from Ian just to get them going. We're going to get that poll up. That's always super exciting to do.
Ooh,
people,
poll.
Yeah. We let them choose their champion. So whether it is that they think that the person's going to win or they just have an emotional connection to that player.
Sure. So Carson's definitely going to win this, too, because I think we can all relate to Carson. He's kind of the everyman hero.
It's that beard.
It's the beard.
It's the beard. All right, there you go. On your screen, you have the poll. Choose 1 if you think Phillip Booth is going to take it home, and 2 if you think Carson Wray can win it.
Oop, Carson at 100% right now. I think that's – oh, no. Oh, sorry. It went down. Second vote. Darn. Oh, so good.
So looking at the first player options, the bid for Carson was what?
So he's got because I was 196. He's 195.
He's 195, and Booth is at 193. So that means he passed the initiative to Carson.
Absolutely.
Carson is first player.
Yeah, and that's completely clutch here. And 193 is not terribly low for what we can see from these Imperial lists.
Yeah.
But he's kind of playing the middle of the road here, where Phil does definitely have some counterplay in case he loses first player. And obviously, when you've got a ship like Redline, that's really hard to play around already. The inherent Initiative 6 of Sunterfell, so you're beating out all those other powerful Initiative 5s anyway. But yeah, just having that slight enough bid, you're definitely going to beat out these resistance lists.
All right, and Tim, you have your copy of the chat right there.
Oh, great.
Easier for you to read.
I'll keep an eye on that.
And don't feel if you have free reign here. If you have something that you wanna
wait, you can draw on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. That is amazing.
Yeah, feel free.
Cool. What race is it? In case that's super neat.
So we got 47% for Phillip. It's pretty. I mean, pretty much 50-50 right now. Too close to call. They would say.
Too close to call. The game hasn't even started yet.
You having fun, Ken? That's what matters. He's got the tickets in his hand. All right, give us 1 second. We're going to go on mute. And there's the handshake.
All right, and we're off. 75 minutes.
75 minutes rolling. Now, do you think this game is going to go to time?
I think it will be close. If we get to a late game state here, it really depends on if Carson can keep one of his aces alive. He's definitely going to lose out if he's stuck with just Lulo. I don't think he'll have the points there. I think there's a good chance if we see a big swing, this game could be over pretty quickly, pretty early. But if Carson can survive the first couple engagements, he has a pretty good chance. He does get to fire back in most cases because he's got initiative 5s and 6s, but the positioning game is huge here. So Carson needs to draw a wide enough net, not move in too aggressively, and get out positioned.
Yep, so a couple people, just so you guys can visually decipher some of the things, the silver and orange X-Wing is Carson's Poe, so you guys can decipher that. Pretty easy there.
We've got Real Jazzman G asking why is black 1 on Neon. So this is a debate.
So good. We saw him use it. Oh my God, it's so good.
It's amazing on Neon. So there's some fun tricks you can do. Obviously, people go with Poe really frequently because you want to protect Poe. He's a huge asset here. Neon's more expensive, especially with the black 1 title. And you can do some really crazy stuff thanks to Pattern Analyzer. This comes up more frequently than you would think.
Yep.
I had an instance the other day where I had 2 ships approaching me in a game yesterday. They were just going to crush my Neon. I did a 3 hard turn. Then used the black 1 title to do a 3 Talon roll over a debris cloud, and then didn't take the stress from those because I landed, and then still got an action thanks to Pattern Analyzer, and dodged both of the arcs. So you might see some tricks here if he does that. One slight advantage he has by getting first player is that Neon Num's going to operate with perfect knowledge.
Yep.
That means if he gets into a position where he can do a 4K turn or a 3 Talon roll, he'll know if that lands, and he'll know if he'll be able to clear stress and take the double action gimmick.
Alrighty, so our sub goal for this round will be, we're going to set it at 7. So that number right now is 17 on the bottom. I want to see that go to a 24. All right, so Phillip not choosing to take his 1 turn of not moving. He's gonna break out with pretty much red line leading the way is what you see in a lot of these lists. Going in there with those proton torpedoes, you want to smash something right away.
Yes. And that guy's a huge threat here, especially with Carson having first player. Then he can move in really aggressively thanks to being able to boost and still acquire a target lock. So he can fire those protons off pretty early. And if he even just does a couple damage, that sets up a huge advantage for him late game. So Soontir can just come in and wipe a ship off at initiative 6.
Huge shout out there. It looks like we just had a bunch of... Chewbacca is up to his shenanigans again. Got us to 23. He's looking for somebody else to push us to 24 subs. Who will join the fight? So Soontir, I think it's going to go hunt Lulo, you think?
Yeah, so Lulo's a pretty easy target if Carson exposes Lulo too much.
Yep.
That ship will go down pretty quickly because you get stuck with the double action thing because if you take a double action to reposition, that means you're getting the stress and you're going to roll less defense. So there's often a debate there where, well, do I do the double action to get the reposition and risk taking damage? And the sequence of the double action, it also makes it really difficult because you have to make, you can only use a boost or a rotate as the second action, which means if you want to boost barrel roll, you have to barrel roll first, which often limits your repositioning and arc dodging abilities.
Yeah, playing the A-Wings, you look at that chassis and go, oh man, this ability is really good, which it is, but when you realize that you can only ever do the boost second, you're like,
yes.
That cuts your reposition tree in half, right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Lulo's still a great value there. Just 43 points, and the amount of times you'll roll 4 attack dice with Lulo and Trick Shot on there in a game is pretty impressive. Definitely worth the value there.
Alrighty.
Carson playing very cautious here, not going to move too aggressive.
Yeah, he has to be.
That's try and draw a wide net here because there is a good chance Soontir's only got the 3 hull points and he's got really no defense if he doesn't get that bullseye. So if Carson can avoid the bullseye as much as possible, that is obviously really difficult because Soontir's moving at initiative 6. But if you can draw a wide enough net, make Soontir position awkwardly, you can actually put some damage through on Soontir.
And just want to point out a couple things. You notice that Carson does have multiple ways to roll 4 dice on his ships. Poe has that heavy laser cannon, which with the repositioning that you can get on those S-foils when keeping them closed, it's not impossible to get that bullseye lined up.
Yeah, and the cool thing is if you also line it up using the over an asteroid and get it obstructed, that'll actually be a 5-dice heavy laser cannon, which has come up, I think, once for me this week, and I don't know how much it came up for Carson.
Yeah, I played with it on League Night right before here, and I annihilated a Z95. Just delete. All right,
erased.
let's continue playing the game.
Nice option with the R3 Astromech on Nia Num, being able to take 2 target locks for a single target lock action. That is actually really important in this matchup, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because that gives Nian a number of options to focus on. He doesn't have to commit to a target, because if he tries to commit to a target like Whisper or Soontir, there's a good chance that Whisper or Soontir will just be able to arc dodge and get out of the firing arc.
All right, people, this is starting to lean towards Carson a little more, 54% to 45%. We're going to give him one more turn before we shut it down, because we're going to have an engagement here pretty soon. And it's, you know, it's always exciting. You know, there's these opening moves in every game essentially decide that first flow of the game. The dice, of course, get to make the decision in the end. But you got to put yourself in a spot to actually take advantage of those dice.
Yeah, we talk about on our show, if I'm allowed to talk about my show.
Of course.
We kind of see it as there's 3 stages to a game: the early game, the mid game, and the late game. The mid game is when you start to engage. So right now we're seeing the early game here, where they set up those first engagements, and that's going to really determine a lot of the outcomes in the middle, barring some really nasty or really good dice.
Yep.
Carson playing super cautious here. I like these setups, too. These are actually, even though they're kind of boring to start out watching, if you get into X-Wing and you know X-Wing really well, these are the most interesting parts of the game. Like the rolling the dice becomes boring. Seeing how people move in and try and set up really good, favorable engagements is really fascinating.
Well, yeah, like right now, neither of them have really committed to anything, right? Because if you look at it, all they've done is they've changed the shape of the mat, right? It's now this.
Yep.
Right? It's still, oh, sorry. It's still that. So, like, nothing's changed. It's still still a big square.
Well, and they have to keep their options open, especially Phillip, who's got really low agility on Redline. So if Redline gets out of position just for a second, he's going to eat a bunch of damage. And then Whisper and Soontir really low hit points here. If he just screws up for a single turn, that could pretty much turn the game against him completely. So obviously, getting into top 8, Phil's a fantastic player. He crushed me yesterday. So I think he's definitely going to give Carson a run for his money here.
So, you guys flew similar lists. What about Phil? How did he catch you off guard? How did he win that game against you?
Well, the initiative thing is huge, and I mean, it's difficult to say. That's a huge part of it. I have to make really careful maneuvers, and I also have to guess a fair bit when I'm playing.
Right.
Because there are instances where he has 2 very different clear options he can do, especially with that decloak on Whisper, that when I'm setting those dials, I don't know if I need to 1 bank or 4K. So you get to a point where you kind of have to guess which way he's going to go. If you get it right, you might not even succeed at that point just because he can token stack and just react to you actively. So it's going to be a really uphill battle for Carson here, having first player.
Yeah, Phil seems to be seeing how far Carson is going to overextend that Lulo up there at the top of the board.
Yeah, Lulo is interesting, though. If he can set up the engagement right, he can put actually Phil in a really complicated position where he could just go 5 straight, try to blast past Soontir, and then Soontir has to decide is he going to do that, or is he just going to move in slow? Do I need to turn around or move away?
The back arc on these Resistance A-Wings are fantastic.
It's
so good.
Especially with trick shot, too. You'll find yourself in so many situations where you get that back art and then an obstructed shot. You don't even need to be stressed. You're still rolling 3 dice through a rock. Carson also being careful to keep Lulo really far away from his other ships. He really does rely on Lone Wolf for survivability on Lulo. And offensive modification if he ever gets a chance where he's not going to get a return shot.
If you intend to drop, please see a judge immediately.
So Gold Squadron is going to be hitting up every single system open in the United States this year. So super excited to bring you guys that action. So make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, all the things. You know what you do. It's the internet age. If you're watching this, you understand.
Up to 27 subs.
Yeah, they crushed it. I made it too easy. Too easy. I have to make it harder for the top 4. Now this is a big turn for both players. They know Phillip has his dials down, but we can kind of read his body position right now. You could see him still going through the options. You're not really locked in until you actually say, all right, I'm good to go.
Yeah, Q10 Fanatic's asking, Redline is facing a rock right now, so he has to turn. Not so much, thanks to the barrel roll. The Advanced Sensor's barrel roll is huge here, so he can take that barrel roll to the right-hand side and then just bank to clear that stress and still basically maintain the same position and distance and react actively. And that is huge, too, on Redline. Being able to get that barrel roll beforehand is fantastic.
I see somebody saying, Dion, you never play. And listen, man, this is, I'm here for you guys. I'm going to the Toronto System Open to play.
That'll be fun.
That's and I haven't been stressed out about lists because we don't know the points. So once we get the points for extended, I'll make some determinations on what I'm playing.
You played at last Worlds, right? Yeah. You were doing good.
I had a good time.
You had that delightful Kylo Ren with the sleigh. That was awesome.
I love.
After round 3.
I doubt we're going to see anything dramatic points-wise for the first order, so I still don't think Kylo's going to be my my horse for Toronto, but we'll see.
Well, and that's one of the funny things, too, about me and Carson running these lists is actually both of our lists are hyperspace lists. They're fully legal in that, which seems unwise because you have a lot more options otherwise, but our thought was since the points are changing anyway, it seemed like these lists would be the least targeted maybe come tomorrow.
Yeah.
That remains to be seen. I think we'll see some definite changes for Trick Shot and a couple cards, but... All right, looks like he's moving. It looks like Phil's moving all in on Lulo.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong commitment there.
Not sure if
Redline
has range on Whisper.
Redline's going to the right.
Oh,
setting up a flank.
Yep. Probably going to see a boost in here. Maybe not, though. Might want to stay away from 9. Poe moving last, thankfully gives Carson a little bit of response to the initiative 5s. And that's a reason Carson wants to really protect that asset in this game. Because if he gets to a late game against an initiative 5, he has a pretty good chance with Poe. But if Poe goes down or we lose a ship here without Carson getting much return damage, it's going to be hard for him to recover.
Yep. And I do want viewers to notice that Carson is using the S-foil tokens. So if you don't see him reach for the cards, the tokens take precedence over that, just so you guys know. And that's been agreed to by the players before the game.
Yeah, easy visual reminder actually for both players. It's kind of annoying to have to look across the table and try and spot those cards.
Phillip getting all up in the business there. Other side of the table. That's the blessing of being on stream is you have all the space. You can walk around the table. You don't have to worry about going and running all the way around.
Just don't bump the camera.
Yeah, please.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a target lock there from Redline onto 9.
All right, we're going to go ahead and close down that poll. Ends with Carson ahead.
I think I had something to do with that.
And here's Poe, 2-turn.
Still has those S-foils closed. Not much of a threat here of getting shot at by Redline. Redline seems to be committed on 9. Would be stuck with just the primary. But we might see a barrel roll here just preemptively to set up a maneuver next turn. If 9 has a shot on Redline here, Carson might opt to focus in on Redline, try to get some damage through, and then maybe finish him off with Poe the next turn. So we might see a barrel roll here to the right. That's what I think Carson's debating right now.
I mean, the more space you can give yourself for the following turn, the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then you give yourself lanes both here and here. You have them both. Carson deciding. All right, taking the boost.
All right, being a little more aggressive.
Well, he sees that Whisper there. Whisper's in a pretty juicy spot. I know that he has the decloak to the left and the right, but I mean, you're kind of limited on
what you can
do. I mean, even if you have only one of those decloak options blocked, that makes it a little easier tracking you down.
And thankfully, since decloak insectation now happens during the system phase, so it's not when the ship activates. That's actually good for Carson because it limits some of the repositioning ability that Whisper can do. Yeah, obviously he can decloak, but the range of movement after the decloak is pretty understandable with just a barrel roll.
All right, second action is a barrel roll towards Redline. He's trying to get that maybe some trick shot action going. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen, but it looks like he might get 2 shots on red line here. So he's really focused in. Yeah, pretty safe move to go with Poe because I don't think Phil's going to opt for a primary attack when he can get a torpedo off on Nian.
Mm-hmm. And Poe will be hitting that debris cloud next turn.
Yes, that is unfortunate.
It's going to be locked into a blue maneuver. Probably the 3 forward seems to be the obvious move, but he does have R4, so we'll see.
And actually not in a terrible spot. It seems unlikely that Phil would turn in and focus on Poe. He seems pretty committed to Lulo. Ooh, might see a boost here to try and line up that bullseye. Take any, maybe boost to the right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, not good for Carson. Looks like we got a bullseye there.
Yep.
That means we're going to get focus and evade, so Lulo's not going to do much damage.
Focus, evade, and Predator. Has Predator on Soon Tier as well.
So I definitely expect some damage here. At this point, Carson would just be hoping that Lulo survives the round and just can threaten some blocking or some damage later.
So we've got 811 people watching all around the world. Thank you for joining us. And here we go.
Right. Poe taking the range 2 onto red line.
Here we go.
Nice.
Focus, crit.
Cool. So just a shield. All right. Then we're going to have Soontir. Looks like a range 2 for Soontir.
Yep. Double checking that bullseye. And here we go. Ooh, triple blanks.
Triple blanks. Predator into a blank. That's
heroic,
huge for Carson.
Heroic. Oh, wait.
No. That is absolutely huge for Carson. Now he has a really good chance. He might not take any damage this turn. Still holding on to that focus token. The juke on the Whisper will not be effective. And still got a Lone Wolf defensive reroll. Hit. Onto red line. Looks like 2 blanks.
Phillip Bluth, what are you doing?
Not a good first exchange for Phil at all.
Got to warm up those dice. Up those dice.
And these are the kind of dice luck that Carson needs to get an advantage early on.
2 crits from Carson into Soon Tier. He's going to have to spend the evade.
All right.
That should be red line up next. No, Carson's 5 goes first. Lulo checking arc. Carson's rolling white dice. That's why we had trouble seeing them. All right. And 2 hits.
All right, see the obstruction here. 4 dice.
Enough. Spend the focus.
Spend the focus, no damage. Really hard swing here against Phil. Only losing shields on redline is good, but those incremental advantages, if redline dies before getting both of his torpedoes off, that's a huge boost for Carson. Even just only getting 1 torpedo off is a huge boost for Carson.
Here we go, 4 dice. Maybe those dice have warmed up. Maybe four are coming in. You got some dice karma coming the other way around.
Should average out about 3 hits here with just the target lock. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Spends the target lock. Just a critical.
A single result.
No. All right, and the evade.
And evades there.
A really rough round of dice there for Phil.
The dice giveth, and the dice taketh away.
Get back to chat. Dice killed the game for Phillip. Well, it's not over yet. He only lost 3 shields on red line and 1 torpedo. He can reload. Carson's Poe's not in a great spot right now, so he's probably not going to get any good shots in the next round with Poe. So there's a round here to recover for him. And it's going to be really hard for Carson to focus down red line at this point because red line could just, well, with Poe there, it's kind of tricky. Not a lot of good runaway options.
Seeing a couple people asking if Carson forgot elusive. I mean, he didn't have to elusive.
He didn't have it. He just rolled the evade, so he took no damage. Elusive, though, has become a powerhouse card for me on 9-num. Like, you wouldn't think it's that substantial, but for just 3 points right now, if you get to that to trigger twice in a game to add an evade, you're getting more value than you get out of a whole upgrade or anything like that.
And on top of that, I mean, Nian, out of all the T-70 X-Wings, is the one who's going to do the most red maneuvers.
Right.
And it's so you recharge it.
Yeah, the elusive charge comes back whenever you perform a hard maneuver, red maneuver. And since you're doing them and often not keeping the stress, it's really just all gain. Not a lot of great ways for Nian to go, but can actually spread a pretty wide net here in case he wants to go move in and threaten some damage on Soontir. though it's really easy for Soontir to line up those bullseye firing arcs. Soontir limited, not going to be able to follow up shots on Lulo. Not really a good way for Soontir to turn around right now with the stress. So I think we'll see a really fast maneuver come from Carson here, because that's going to put some pressure on Phil to make some really tough decisions with Whisper.
Yep.
If Carson's able to clear a 3 bank or even just a 5 straight and a boost, that's not a great place for Whisper to go. He really probably does not want to try and decloak to the left and take a hard turn in, because if Carson opts for anything else, that'll just leave him way out of the fight.
Yeah, I'm curious, when you have a round of dice like that, when you're expecting to get some damage in, especially with your heavy hitters like Redline, I have found that just like the mentality of the game, sometimes you have to decide, do I need to press on the gas here? Do I get more aggressive? Do something like go all in on one of these T-70s? Because he's in a position where if you really wanted to, right? You go, I'm in. I just want to kill something, right?
But Carson's also anticipating that, too.
Right, exactly.
Because he knows Lulo's not a good target at this point. So it's definitely going to be a T-70 he goes for. The question is which one. Someone was asking, is there any way, Scruffy Nerford is asking, is there any way anything Redline can do to take advantage of no action Poe? There is. Poe's got a pretty finite number of options there. He's got 1, 2, and 3 straight blues, and then the 1 and 2 bank blues. So he'll end up in a position that's really easy for Redline to track. There's the potential Redline could take that advanced sensors barrel roll to the right, and then get the target lock, and then just bank in.
Yep.
And that might set up a torpedo. So we'll see what Carson does here. I think he's definitely going to want to clear a stress. Yep. If he ends up with 2 stress after this round, performs anything else, that could be pretty rough for him. I would expect.
I almost think that the 1 bank in is maybe the safest out of them all.
Yes, and I think that keeps the arc that he might potentially have a shot on Redline the following turn, because I think he'll anticipate some sort of advanced sensor shenanigans here. But that also opens up Redline for a really good shot from 9 Numb, who can move in really aggressively, take a target lock, and maybe fire off a proton torpedo.
Here's the decloak from Phillip Booth.
To the left. Maybe see a hard turn in here.
Giving him some space.
I think he might see a hard turn to the right.
Classic candy cane.
Yes.
And here we go.
All right. So
9 Numb going first.
Yeah, this is not surprising at all. Not only does this block Redline potentially, which would be, it's a talent. Oh, interesting.
Okay. So maybe he's anticipating some speed out of Redline.
Oh, that is really interesting. I would not have expected him to do that. Oh, look at those really nice target locks he's got. Fancy. What do they say? Radio TCX?
I don't know.
Oh.
Trolling.
You're not paying me to be here. I feel like I get to at least mention the name. Yeah, that is an interesting move. Took the target lock and then with the pattern analyzer, then received the stress. All right, 3 bank, like I said.
3 bank, yep.
He knows that Whisper's going to move. Soontir's not going to have a good shot. He might just opt here to rotate that arc to the back.
And just threaten.
But the question is Soontir going to take the 1 hard in? So that's the debate here. So if Soontir's going to take that 1 hard in, obviously he wants to keep it to the front and just take the focus. But if Soontir's going to, sorry, not Soontir, if Whisper's going to blast past,
right?
Because Soontir can easily clear a rear arc shot from Lulo. So this is I think this is kind of a 50-50 call here, 60-40 call.
All right, there's a stress token and rotate.
So it looks like we're getting focus and rotate to the back.
Trying to put some pressure on Soontir here.
Yes. That means Soontir's going to have to waste some actions on repositioning that he might not want to do.
And if that shot's through that debris, that's 4 dice if Whisper's, if Soontir's at range 1.
All right, so what are we seeing from, we're getting an advanced sensors, focus target lock, onto... Okay.
One's on a rock, one's on an X-Wing. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Nobody has jam here, so it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah. That is a fun strategy, though, just to lock that rock early. Oh, interesting. So you opt for the 2 hard here.
I'm kind of surprised that he took the lock on Neon instead of Poe.
Yeah, because he might have a shot at Poe here. I don't think this is great for Phil if Poe just did like the 1 bank in here and bumps, because then that's no shot, and he might just have 1 lousy shot on like maybe Neon with Soontir, and that's also not a good round for him. Now again, Carson's ships are both in a bad position, but if Carson's able to get the front of his ship over that debris cloud, he won't take another stress the next turn, and then he'll be able to reboot basically. He can either run away or start turning around.
Advanced sensors barrel roll. So this is now a 4 decloak total.
Oh, and then are we going to see the 1 hard here? So he was keeping his options open. Yep, that's a really good play by Phil. keep the options open. Carson's got no shot because he's got that arc to the back here.
That's going to be a range 1 shot in the face of Lulo.
With juke, yeah.
And only 2 dice.
Yeah, two dice because he's taking the stress with Lulo. So we might see a really damaged, if not dead, Lulo this round. All right, opens him up.
All right, anticipating a shot
over
on Soontir. So we're going to have a range 1 shot from the Punisher. But again, you know, not taking that target lock. Or does he, like, I guess, you know, he has the radio TCX ones and...
No, the
radio TCX ones are Carson's.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. Had a senior
Phil
moment there.
Phil doesn't listen to my show. Come on. All right, yep.
2 bank.
2 bank. Probably see a boost here.
Might have bullseye from downtown.
It would be really sad if it slips between
like
those
right
two.
in between.
Yeah. Man, that bullseye swings so much though when you move. He's gauging it now.
I'm gonna get to put some pressure on Poe. Here we go.
Looks like he's got bullseye.
It isn't bullseye, but the bullseye only extends to the end of range 3. So, looked like he was out of range.
We'll see here in a second.
I just saw a charge flip.
Oh, why did shield go?
Vader.
Oh, sure. Vader on Lulo.
Yep.
Makes sense. Yeah, tricky play with that Whisper turn, and thanks to the advanced sensors barrel roll, had Carson kept that arc to the front, all he would have needed to do be roll the other way.
Just 1.
1 hit. He evaded. Must have been 2.
Juke.
Oh, juke, sure.
Yep. So Phillip, if we
another rough round.
If we plug those dice into Lady Luck right now, if you're familiar with Vassal, not looking good. Has a lock.
Oh, jeez.
Focus for 2.
These are the roughest dice for Phil.
Has a focus. That's going to be 2 shields on Poe.
2 shields. All right, that's a good hit.
Phillip's hoping that doesn't take. I guess I know there's no shots on any of his ships, so we're back to planning here.
A little bit of a recovery there for Phil, getting some damage through on Poe at least, and a damage on Lulo.
Remember that Lulo's arc is pointed to the back. Arc's pointed that way, but he's going to be moving somewhere this way. Las Ramas, thank you for the sub. I think with being able to get some damage there, has kind of even the damage race. The question is who has better positioning in this moment. Poe's still stressed, but was able to get the nose over the ship, like we talked about earlier, over the debris, excuse me. So we'll be able to clear the stress this turn.
I think I got to give the positional advantage, though, to Phil here with that red line, being able to advance sensors, either get a lock or get a focus and get a lock and then just bump and still be able to shoot. That means he's going to open up pretty much all this area here as a potential area for getting a torpedo off.
Advanced sensors on red line, so good.
It's so good, yeah. Well, red line's just so good.
True. Fact. I mean, like, let's say if the points didn't change, would the next bid race would be just to take just like naked red line? It's good enough, or just proton.
I think at that point we just need more initiative 6 ships.
There you go.
Dial's coming down here. Really important phase here.
This is another big turn. I love watching players like this play.
Yeah,
it's so
good. Carson might need to try something funny here. So there's the potential. He's got the stress right now on both of his T-70s. Not really any good ways for him to clear that stress this turn. He's going to keep a stress on Neon, which isn't great. And that really exposes Neon to damage. Obviously, there's already existing damage on Poe. Poe appears to be clear of the debris cloud now, so when Poe moves again, should be able to clear the damage, or not take another stress. Hopefully not take a damage. Did we work out the target lock issue? Sorry, guys, I didn't see the chat here. What's the...
yeah, the target lock was on Poe. Wasn't on Neon.
Yeah.
We figured it out. We did it.
Cool.
Somebody asking, is red line stopping a good move? I mean, you have the advanced sensor, so you can set up your your shots, I mean, it's not a terrible thing. You're going to have both X-Wings in front of you.
I mean, like, if he's going to use Poe to bump into, it looks like he will probably end up overlapping the debris cloud anyway and take the stress. So it'd be kind of a decision between, do I want to stop where I am or just move forward slightly?
Yep.
I'm expecting from Nian here maybe a 2-bank to the right. I don't think he wants to prioritize shots here because if he wants to clear stress at all, he's only going to be able to do a 2-bank to the left, which Sunter can easily clear, so he wouldn't get a shot anyway. So I think we'll see a 2-bank to the right from Carson on Nian. If anyone's wondering still, the orange T-70 is Poe, and the yellow T-70 is Nian. Or 9. I just say it differently every time.
9 nub.
9 nub.
He was Celestin head number 9. That's the story.
All right, so yeah, probably a 2-bank here from Carson's T-70. I think we'll see some sort of advanced sensors, focus target lock to try and get a torpedo off, probably on Poe. We're seeing a decloak now. Would not be surprised if we've got Whisper's got a 2 or a 1 hard turn to the left plugged in right now because he's got some options. Then he can do it from where he's at.
Yeah, I'm just gonna barrel roll again.
He can barrel roll again to the right and then do it and get a wider area, or he can barrel roll to the left and arc dodge if he absolutely has to.
The advanced sensors on Whisper. I know people aren't doing it because they're trying to shave points for the list, but it's such a good tool.
All right, looks like we're marking a ship here. Ooh, which way is he going? Is he going to the left? Oh, he's just taking the hard turn. Interesting.
He's trying to go after Suntir. Or maybe just try to get out. Get some space. I mean, he's in a weird spot with Nian right now.
Yeah.
It's a magnetized ship, so that's why it's looking all funky. Don't get. How is he facing the ceiling? Double stress, Nian Num there, and takes nothing there because it's a hit.
Double stress on Nian, not good, but he's not the biggest target priority here unless Phil's able to get 2 shots off on him. Phil wants to take one of Carson's pieces off the board. Doesn't matter really if it's Lulo or Poe or Nian. If he can get one of those and still maintain most of the rest of his ships, that's a huge advantage.
Give me something. He has 1 torpedo up still.
1 torpedo up.
I like the move here from Carson. Covers Whisper on both decloaks.
Right.
Unless you did something crazy.
Yeah, and if it's a 1 hard plugged in there, he's going to have to barrel roll to get a shot, and that means no focus token.
Alrighty, no advanced sensor shenanes here. 3 bank.
Interesting. That's really interesting. Wondering if Nian probably doesn't have a shot because of the slight angle there.
Focus target lock on Lulo. That's going to be range 2 torpedo.
Exposed. All right, if we get
Lulo exposed.
Yeah, just 2 dice here, so pretty much any 1 shot can put a lot of damage through. 2 shots will basically guarantee a death for Lulo.
1 bank.
1 bank, yeah.
Yep.
That's a safe choice too. That was the wise one. That way you can barrel roll. Get in position, focus, evade. So if Lulo's forced to spend that focus on maybe Sunter's shot or Redline's shot, that means the juke will definitely, or will most likely kill Lulo.
There's the block by Poe. Excuse me, by Redline. On to Poe. No actions. And when Poe doesn't get actions, he doesn't get to be Super Poe.
No.
Like that's why you bring Poes to do actions.
Pretty exposed here. I'm going to see interesting to see where Sunter lands. 2 straight. Now, has to worry a little bit about Lulo because thanks to simultaneous fire, if
well, Lulo's pointing to the back still.
Oh, still to the back. No,
yeah, still to the back.
You're right. Means a shot on Whisper that will likely do no damage.
Phillip looking at his options here.
He looks like he has bullseye on Poe, so he'll get a Predator reroll.
I'm curious to know if he's just gonna token up here. There's the evade. And the focus from the
if
bullseye.
Phil even gets average dice this turn to compensate, this will be a really devastating turn for Carson.
And there's the Vader trigger on Lulo. And he takes it.
Takes the shield. Yep. So
he's trying to bait the torpedo out. He's like, you know what, I'm going to die anyway. But he has a whisper shot first, so we'll see.
Looks like he's measuring for red line first. Or Poe, sorry. Poe's measuring.
Mm-hmm. This will be probably range 2 into Soontir. One.
Like just a hit onto Soontir.
Safe.
Safe.
It's nice when you don't have to spend any tokens.
Yep. Means you got him for the attack. Now we'll get the Soontir shot.
Soontir has Predator. 2 hits. And 1 evade. Shields are down on Poe.
Someone named Reshtika said, shouldn't Nian be able to shed the stress with Redline being in his arc now? Actually, Nian's ability only works when you receive the stress, so if Nian has existing stress tokens, those don't get cleared by being in arc. It's when you receive the stress token if there's someone in arc.
1 crit coming in from Carson. And evaded by Whisper.
Yep.
A couple people asking about the HLC on Poe. The HLC only works in the bullseye now.
Yep, which pairs really well with the T70s, being able to close those S-foils and barrel roll. And since the barrel roll or the S-foil close penalty only applies to your primary weapon, you can use that HLC to no end.
Boom.
Ooh,
Spending it. That's 3 hits into Lulo.
Just 2 dice.
Natties, baby. Takes 1.
Gonna have to waste 2 shots on Lulo. When you're gonna lose a ship like this is exactly what Carson wants.
And this is a tough choice here because I don't really want to spend my torpedo on one hull.
I think you absolutely have to spend the torpedo here. I think you absolutely have to spend the lock here and guarantee it. Yep, looks like we've got 3 damage, and that's gonna be
he's gonna just deal out those cards. All right, so Lulo's down. 43-0. Phillip is ahead.
Yeah, terrible option there, though. That means Redline's not nearly as big of a threat until Redline's going to be able to reload those torpedoes.
Maybe. I mean, I wonder if there's a position where he can try to get a block this turn again and reload for his action, rather than jockeying for a shot.
Yeah, you really want to leverage that medium base there to upset Carson's actions, and he's in a great position to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We will possibly see. I don't know what he's going to do with Nian. He needs to clear stress here, but at this point, Soontir could just K-turn or sloop.
I love that the interceptors have the sloop now. That's such a
It feels so good. And it feels so right on that ship.
Whee!
Yep.
Right there.
Well, it seems unlikely. Well, with the advanced sensors, though, you got so many decloak options because he could still Phil could still decloak to the right.
Yeah.
Advanced sensors a barrel roll. Oh,
there plus a base plus
and
a
then
barrel roll,
and then just like 2 bank or 1 bank over.
I got all the things I can
probably
do.
Get a shot. Yeah.
A lot of people calling for that that reload on Redline.
And the fun thing is that when he reloads, still gets to acquire a target
I
out
know.
there, so he'll be set up.
I'm gonna get you next turn.
You can even just K-turn at that point, fire it off, and advanced sensors to get the focus. So that thing is a huge threat to Carson. Carson really needs to take one of Phil's pieces off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, this game's just going to spiral out of control.
Yeah, I think as soon as we see something get to half on Carson's side, it's that's gonna be close.
Yeah, and we're just 1 damage away on Poe from getting to half.
We have 907 people watching from across the world. Welcome. Thank you for watching our coverage of the Phoenix System Open. I want to remind you guys that this cast is brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives. Use coupon code Phoenix19 for 15% off. So there's the decloak. And the beautiful thing about this is with the barrel roll advanced sensors, he literally can still go on either side of these rocks.
Any side of the rock. No way for Carson to anticipate which way he's going. All right, Caesar, it looks like we're getting the 1 bank here to clear 1 stress off of Nian. Not going to bump, but doesn't matter because he's still got 1 stress left over. Carson, RS Tan says Carson put himself in this situation. Yeah, but I mean, kind of out of necessity. You have to engage at some point, and that first player on Carson's really devastating. So you have to make some crazy decisions.
He had to get aggressive.
Yeah, and he did a decent amount of damage thanks to the Phil's one bad round to dice.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we got this. I think that was the stop.
Yep.
Wait, see the dial. Yeah.
Focus target lock. I got a range one shot. I'm just gonna hit him with 3 dice. There's the barrel roll
here.
And that'll clear there. 3 forward. All right, so that's pretty close to a range one shot. Got the evade. Probably gonna just focus here.
Well, we had the advanced sensors to barrel.
Ah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So no more actions.
But that'll still probably be good enough for a tokenless Neen.
I do want to remind everybody to stick around to the end of the game. We're going to be doing our giveaway segment. All you have to do is be in the chat to win. Just be here. Super easy. All right, so marking the ship out of the way. Looks like Poe dialed in that 3 forward. Oh, that's close. And seems to get past. Nope.
No, looks like a bump here. Will it clear?
Will it kill a red line?
That is the question. If it does, really bad for Carson.
Yeah, because at least back he actually can get a shot on Whisper.
Well, and now he'll be exposed if Nian takes a bunch of damage.
Oh,
he can still get shot at by the others, yeah. Because Nian could die from 2 shots here without tokens. Tough to say.
And
but Sunter's bumping.
No, Sunter is getting marked out of the, moving Nian out of the way. I think we might see that sloop. There was some swagger in that in that mark.
All kinds of marking.
All kinds of marking. Let's see what it is. Yeah. Yep, there's a 3 bank, which is probably going to be the sloop. Still can't mark it all.
Just going to mark every ship.
Oof, the aggressiveness here from Phillip Booth. He found the turn to pounce.
Oh, this is it, yeah. Getting those ships back here. Well, and the problem here is that this Poe is completely exposed right now. He could actually just focus down on Poe and take down Poe really quickly without any tokens. Yeah. We've got that bullseye from Sunter. Possibly range 2, but you'd need to see a lot of bad dice here for Poe not to take some damage.
From the player's view, man, words are getting hard. Been talking a lot.
It's been a long
From
couple
the
days.
player's view, obvious bullseye for Sunter. Drops down the focus. And now, time to choose a target. Nian's clean. Poe's still worth 75 points. I mean, taking him off the board has value.
And he's going to be your biggest late game threat
Yep.
if you still got Sunter up on the table.
Hit, crit.
Hit crit on Poe, going to take something. One evade,
One
it looks
evade.
like. So hit crit.
The crit is a mystery card. Oh. I forgot to tell him to put it in the box.
It's okay. We'll get an update here from the table.
Second shot.
Ooh, not great.
That might have been Whisper.
I think that was the range 1 because it would be 4 dice.
Say it again. Damage power regulator. And nothing from Whisper.
Ooh, another terrible round of dice for Phil. Wow. You would have expected Poe to maybe go down that turn. I mean,
all right, let's
three
he has a target
shots.
lock, right? Here we go. 2 hits. And 2 go through.
Okay, cool.
Assuming that's on Poe, that's a dead Poe.
A very dead Poe. All right, things are not looking good for Carson here.
I mean, with just 9 numb up, I mean, I wouldn't.
Only 3 damage through on red line. Full Whisper, full Soontir.
Yeah, they might be playing this out because they are on the stream, but this is probably where you usually you extend the hand, and that's okay. No shame. Like if you're in a competitive event and you know it's over, you know, it's there ain't no shame.
There ain't no shame.
Though I will tell you, there are those competitors who say, you know, I'm going to play it to the bitter end.
Because you never know. I mean, we've seen a lot of bad dice from Phil. That could possibly continue for another half an hour. Not likely, though. But obviously both of these players, great players, secured their spot at Worlds by making it into this top 8 cut.
I mean, everything after this is gravy, right?
It is, yeah. And they've got to shake up everything come tomorrow when the point changes arrive.
Oh, I see somebody. Carson is a podcaster. He doesn't want to be tabled. Our good friends at the Carolina Crates are licking their lips right now.
There, yeah. Well, so now the game for Carson has become I need to get
I need to get some hits
2 more damage on red line.
Oh, no. No pressure. Chris Allen is in the chat. He said, no pressure, Carson. Sorry, I may have just exposed him. Whatever.
Table on stream. That would be terrible. Kema says Phillip moved incredibly well all game. Yeah, I think his positions were all on point. I think it's really the dice that let him down. But obviously that did not stop him. Stayed focused, didn't go on tilt.
Yep. Decloak to the right.
Kept the pressure on. Yeah, so many options here. Just probably a 1 hard turn.
Yep.
All you need to do.
All right, here we go. Time to move.
3 straight, moving as quickly as possible.
I don't want to play anymore. You know, this might be a black 1 turn. If there's ever been a turn
to take,
you got to think about it. You got to think about it.
You can even get weird here and do a Talon and then pattern analyze a barrel roll to change your position even further. Because, you know, theoretically you could end up do the Talon facing this way and then just like pattern analyze a barrel roll and just be over here.
Mm-hmm.
And that would probably arc dodge the Whisper. I bet you that's what he's thinking about right now.
Yeah.
At that point, you'd also take just the no-shot token. You don't want to be ionized in this situation.
Bad touch. Don't touch. I just want to be away. So people asking, how many points are Proton Torpedoes going to be tomorrow?
Ooh, what's your guess? I think 12.
They're currently 9, right?
Yeah, 9 points.
12 is a good number.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it really cripples Redline that much, though. I think other things need to change. I think Redline would have to go up in points. Not that I want to see Redline crippled.
Right.
But I do.
I am completely unbiased as the media.
Completely
Actually,
unbiased.
wait. No, I'm not.
Total bias here.
Oh, there it is. Here it is.
Getting the slam. Yep, doing the Talon. See, great minds think alike.
And he's going as far back as possible. Still has pattern analyzer. We'll hide that. Had those
his
random
S-foils
dice.
are open, I think, though. Did he? Yeah, his S-foils are open. Oh, is he going for a shot? All right, he's really going for the shot. He's going to take.
I don't want to be tabled.
He took the ion. That's pretty baller, yeah. Protons to 10, TCAS says. I don't think that's enough. I think a 1-point change is just not enough.
All right, so we're getting what might be an advanced sensors boost.
Yeah, probably just boost to clear arc. Well, oh, maybe not. Yeah, you can't. No, I think he'll get shot at if Soontir doesn't kill 9. which he probably won't.
And
with
9
7 hit
nubs full
points.
is full on
Yeah,
full on health.
full on.
Hasn't been touched. So I asked this question in the chat earlier. What do you think is the card that will receive the biggest points increase?
I mean, proton torpedoes is a big option. I think trick shot will see a substantial increase just because it's so good and very reliable way to get more damage out. I could see easily trick shot going up to 5 or 6 points.
All right, sorry, it was just the one bank. He was stressed the last turn.
Is it a 2 straight? Yeah, so a full bullseye lined up here.
Here we go.
Focus. Take the target lock, maybe get the focus, or does he focus evade? Is he worried about snap back from 9?
Do I want to give him a shot? I mean, most likely Carson's just going at red line, right?
Right. You do damage where you can do damage. Deciding how aggressive to be. Phil really doesn't need to be aggressive right now, though. He can just play the defensive game, ping a little bit of damage through from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And unless, like, obviously, Neen isn't going to have a good setup next turn because he'll just do that one forward, take a focus.
He's just taking the focus. He's going to hang out there with that bullseye. Vader triggers.
Ouch. Another, so
Shield
down, yeah. Yeah, and actually, when I was playing against Phil yesterday, I had to prioritize the Whisper just because that Vader trigger will just wear you down over the course of the game. Obviously, the other two are big damage threats, but... All right, looks like we got...
There we go. That's the Predator. And he might just go for it here. No tokens on the... he's going to be safe. He's going to be safe.
Yeah.
All right, takes 2.
2 damage.
Shields are down. I think Phillip wants the table. He can taste it.
He wants the table. Just got to get 3 damage through or 2 damage through for Carson to take half.
All right, Carson. That's that proton torpedo. He's got 2. He's going to get himself some points here.
He'll get some points here.
And the crates disappear. They go back into the ground. Waiting for another day. 1, 2, 3 plus a crit, and
looks like we're getting a report here.
Fuel leak.
Thanks, Jerry.
So fuel leak, if you take a crit, you receive an extra hit damage. Oh, hit, crit coming in from Whisper. 1 evade. That's 2 crits going into the
hit crit. Fuel leak.
Is he dead? He
is
might
that
be dead.
It? I think
there
that's
it is.
All right. There we go.
There was a
Game
lot of
over.
damage cards pulled out. All right, well, thank you so much to Phillip Booth and Carson Wray for playing.
That was a great game.
That was a fantastic
game. Sad
game.
to see Carson lose, but
I mean, that's your boy, but you know what he does have? He's got a world
spot. Top 8 ain't bad.
Not bad at all. So thank you, everybody who was hanging out for that match. We're going to get to our giveaways here. That match was brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives. Use a coupon code Phoenix19 for 15% off a $5 order or more. You get your giant tokens. You get your normal size tokens too. Templates, all things acrylic. Hit him up. He even does custom orders. The coupon doesn't work on custom orders, but if you want stuff, he's got it. You want to help me do some giveaways?
Yeah, let's do some giveaways. That sounds fun.
I like giving away free stuff.
Alrighty, so giveaway time. So if you haven't been part of our giveaways, I mean, there's a lot of people here, so maybe some people haven't. All you have to do is be watching and be active in the chat. Literally like a single period or exclamation point in the chat charges you up, puts you in the drawing for it. You just got to show me that you care a little bit, okay? Just a little, not a lot, just a little. I'm going to pull up my my chart here. Boom. There's that. There's the YouTube giveaway machine. And I need the Twitch giveaway machine. Not there. Is it here? There it is. Cool. All right. So we got some Porg cards from the Porg Republic. Also, we have our patron exclusive giveaway. Let's go ahead and take a look. Which one's a patron exclusive? Okay. The patron exclusive giveaway for this round is the Modest Orange Gaming X-Wing Organizer. Let me shout this out real quick. Yes, I will ship this thing to you. It's heavy. This thing is hefty.
Yeah, let me check this out. I hadn't seen this before. So.
Yeah, so it's I'll model it for you.
Can we see how it,
all right,
how it
so
works?
it's a friction seal. So this is a great box if you're a person who throws their stuff in their car, right? Slides out like so. All right, so you got your tournament tray. You have your your template tray, holds everything you need there. Your tokens. I keep slapping myself. Your token, all the tokens and card space you need, and enough space for up to 2 squads in there. You can fit up about 8 ships in there. All your dials. I actually really like that dial slot. It's just super slick.
Never a good way to store dials.
Yeah, there you go. It's one of those like aesthetically like
yeah.
That's pretty. So we're giving that away, and you can pick up your own. Look up Modest Orange Gaming on Etsy. That would be etsy.com/shop/Modest Orange Gaming, and that'll be our last giveaway we do in this segment. I'll go ahead and post the link in the chat. There you go. Somebody just did it for me. You guys are awesome. You guys figured it out. Let's give it away. Phillip, congratulations. You almost tabled him.
You're close.
You almost tabled him. Way to go. You should have.
No one tables Radio TCX.
All right. Let me go ahead and grab our cards here. And I say that in jest, guys. I consider Carson a friend. Like, being mean to Carson. Why are you so mean to you? All right. Cool. We're gonna give those away.
Neat.
Yep. We're gonna give. I'm gathering our items here.
A collection of Porg cards.
Collection of Porg cards. We're gonna give that away.
Ooh, Hal Runner.
And that'll be a new patron exclusive, and that's all patrons. Okay, cool. Here we do it. Here we do. Let's take a look at our division of viewers currently. So we got 585 on Twitch, 256 on YouTube. So we're gonna have to lean towards the Twitch. No offense, YouTube people. I love you guys too. Well, let's just make this happen. All right, I roll it. You call it. Ready?
Okay.
First winner of let's choose a random card out of that pile. Any of the porgs.
Let's go for
Any
Porg Solo.
Porg Solo. 3, 2, 1. I move over here so we actually read it.
We got Midwest Scum 57.
There you go, Midwest Scum
winning
57.
Porg Solo.
Porg Solo. Boom. And that was the Porg. This is the real boring part. Documentation. Make sure that
I love spreadsheets, though, honestly.
All right, we'll head over to YouTube. Give me another Porg.
Gold
Hit
Squadron
me.
Porg.
Porg me. Gold Squadron Porg. The only way to get this from the Porg Republic is to be watching us. This is it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The winner is
Claudio Vez.
I like his profile picture. He looks super happy.
Yeah. You got Gold Squadron Porg.
You got porged. You've been porged. Bam.
Okay.
You claim your prizes, by the way. You claim your prizes by sending me an email to goldsquadronpodcast@gmail.com. Don't send me a Facebook message. Don't send me a whisper Twitch. That's the best way. With your information properly formatted, by the way. I'm sure you guys ship things all the time,
Oh, yeah,
too.
and when those addresses, especially if they're international or anything, if you don't know the formatting.
I just sent something to Lithuania, and oh my God, their setup for mail is so weird. You put what was it? You put the street, like the street name before the number, and like the zip code's in a weird spot. Just send me. I'm just gonna copy and paste it on the envelope.
way it should go on the label. Yeah.
Please. Yep. All right, here we go. We'll do the next. What's the next porg?
Luke Porgwalker.
Luke Porgwalker. Here we go, YouTube. 3, 2, 1. Roll it.
It is Paul Ayers.
Paul Ayers. Congratulations. Paul Ayers, you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel? I don't know if you should.
shame.
I don't know if you should. I'll send it to you, but you owe me a sub, sir.
All right, last.
So
we're going with
last porg. Here we go. This is
Porgron.
Twitch.
It's double-sided.
Yeah.
Are they all double-sided?
They're all double-sided, except for the Gold Squadron one.
Wow, that's great. And Pork Knight.
There you go. All right, so actually, we're going to go back. Midwest Scum 57 said, hey, I won something already. Re-roll it. Give it to somebody else.
Oh, cool.
Solid guy. All right, then we're going to do 2 for Twitch. Here we go. So he had won the pork solo. So we'll re-roll the pork solo here real quick. Here we go. 3, 2, pork solo. Bam.
Ramaya? R-A-A-M-I-A.
I say this one Ramya. Ramya, you know, he's been giving us some cheers and stuff like that during the cast. I've been seeing you, man. Thank you so much.
And he's a subscriber.
And
so, I mean, that's the real winner.
Love it. All right, here's Poe and Poe Midnight Porks. 3, 2, 1. Porg me.
Princess 627.
Princess 627.
Also a subscriber.
And following since 2017.
Oh, right on.
Hardcore. Oops, I just deleted something on accident. Don't do that. Boom. All righty. There was a Howl Runner in there, right?
Yes, there is.
So let's go ahead. Let's hook up Twitch viewer with Howl Runner. Here we go. Now this one, the winner is responsible / all of the people who don't win. It's actually gonna be Tim's fault because he's gonna press it. It's not me. Look, here's my hands. Go ahead, click it. It wasn't me.
Here we go.
It wasn't me.
Not again. 11.
There you go. It's been following since September 11, 2018.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Howl Runner. It's pretty sweet.
There you go. Alrighty, so new patrons. Let's go ahead and pop that open. Actually, I need the other laptop for this.
The other laptop.
The other laptop. It's in my the North Face backpack.
I'm on it.
I'm deploying the Dugan. Yeah, right. That one right there. Ta-da! All right, cool. It's just easier to do it on here because I have to pull up a spreadsheet, and the computer is just sad. So give me a second. We're going to hook up patrons. And make sure you guys stick around. We have more giveaways for the top 4 and the final. We're giving away this district, this Gold Squadron podcast branded district Foundry tray, which, by the way, this tray is amazing. I absolutely love
cool.
it.
I've seen these up close.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have space for your ships, which would be
show it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll show it off while you're doing the. So you've got your space for your ships up front. If I can open this.
Yep. They're good magnets.
They're
by
good
the way,
magnets. It's
so
strong.
things don't fall apart.
Space for the ships up there. You've got template trays there that split into 2 parts. So you've got both halves there, so you can get pretty much everything except for your 3 template, which can slide down in a different spot. And then you've got bases there. Awesome storage, strong magnets. This thing's pretty sweet. Oh, it's got that beautiful Gold Squadron on there too.
And Ken, the owner of District Foundry, got us that coupon code right there, Phoenix 2019. So go ahead and use that. Also, it's important. My flight might be delayed because of weather things.
Oh, us Midwesterners are we're gonna suffer this.
We're gonna get so wrecked. I shouldn't open that right now. Well, I'm not worried. Not worried about it. It's fine. I'm not stressed. All right, opening, and we're gonna go ahead and sort. We're doing this with new patrons first, so we got to sort by patrons since descending. You guys out? Boom. See you guys later. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Thank you, my friend. All right. I'll let you know. So scrolling down. There we go. 1 through 20. Here we go. Boom. Random number generator.
Great website.
All right.
What's the number, Carson?
Sorry.
Tim. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, I was thinking about Carson. I was thinking about that beautiful beard.
I often think about him, too. Mine's okay.
I mean, yours is okay.
Oh, God. It's number 8, which is going to be...
Number 8.
Looks like Magnus Wendell.
Magnus Wendell. Oh, I'm going to get wrecked on shipping. This is fantastic. Going to Sweden.
Right on.
What if?
You're a patron. I'll hook you up, man.
Congrats, Magnus.
Congratulations on winning that. Got to go ahead and document that here. Modest Orange Gaming.
Magnus Wendell.
Magnus Wendell. Bam. All right. Got that all set up. And last but not least, that's it. Sorry, that's it for this round. Who almost give away more. Oh, wait, no. We're doing the. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That was new page. I screwed this up. I said the wrong thing, Tim.
Uh-oh.
That was for the GSP.
He's going to be so disappointed.
He's going to be so disappointed. Sorry, new patron was for Boba Fett because it's new. It's old. It's an older exclusive promo that patrons couldn't get until they were patrons. So that's for you. I'm a bad person. I'm so sorry. We got to re-roll because the box is for everybody.
On shipping.
I mean, that's true, but Wendell's going to be upset with me. Sorry, Wendell. I said it wrong. That's my bad. My bad. So that was for Boba Fett. Somebody says free stuff is free stuff. Like that's you're true. That's true. What was that again? Window.
Paul Ayers, what do I do? Totally missed it. So you send an email to goldsquadronpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep. All right, here we go. Now we'll do the drawing for the box. Go ahead, show it off. The
this big guy.
Yeah, the big one.
Everyone's eligible for this one. This one's sweet.
Everybody. All. If you guys were wondering, all 5. Oops. I need the.
All the token storage you could want.
Every token. And your tokens from Paw Creatives do fit in there. And it is a pretty tight clearances in there, but they did it that way to make it as compact as possible. The more wiggle room you get in there, the more chance you have for things spilling out.
Those dial slots up here. Nice.
All right, so we're going 1 through 537, Tim. Let's go random.org. 500, and I want to make sure I said that number right. Oops, that's the wrong spreadsheet. 538. Here we go.
Number is 466.
466. The winner is, he's a squad leader, and it is Scott Leheny. And he is from Melton, Victoria, Australia.
Oh, so the shipping again comes
It's fine, getting wrecked. It's fine. It's for the patrons. It's for the patrons. All righty.
Awesome. Congrats, everybody who won the giveaways.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot to write
Is that more? Or
no, that's it for this round. Is there more?
I don't know. It just keeps going.
There is. Not right now, though. All righty. So let's go ahead and get that. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Somebody said you should deliver it when you go to the Open in Australia.
There you go.
You're right. I got to find out. Oh, Ryan Farmer makes the top four. He's literally skipping in the halls.
Good job, man.
Yep. All righty. So we're going to close that up for now. If we could just set that aside.
Sure.
So looking at our round timer. Let's see here. We're 6 minutes and change left in the round. Farmer, do you know how the other? You're probably doing your. You're playing Dashboard.
Ooh.
I mean, it's. I think it's a good matchup. I just don't like Dashboard. We'll find out. I mean, these rounds are going to get moving here pretty soon. We should be back in not that long. Let's see, 302 plus 6. Let's call it 315.
315.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead. We'll edit that now. I always forget to edit it first. People are like, wait, what? That said the last thing on it. So
you can just look at our beautiful faces for a few more seconds.
Hey. You're all so cute.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to them. Yeah, wrecked. That's right. All right. Starting at 3:15 p.m. Mountain Time, because the mountain people are cool. All right. We'll see you in a bit.
So long, guys. Listen to Radio TCX.